What's good, Green Screen Entertainment fans? Your boy Jay Green is back, and this weekend I'm bringing you the review for Split. Now, this movie was written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It stars James McAvoy and Anya Taylor-Joy. Oh yeah, and these two chicks. Now, for those of you who have no idea what Split is, you haven't seen any of the trailers for this movie, let me break it down like this. The movie opens up with Haley Richardson's character and a bunch of her girlfriends hanging out at the local Chuck E. Cheese for a birthday party. They're having a great time. They get ready to bounce. Her dad is putting stuff in the trunk. Next thing you know, James McAvoy's character walks up, jumps him in the parking lot, and then gets in the car all nonchalant like he owns the damn thing. They look at him like,
"Hey, pardon me, sir, I think you have the wrong car."
He gives them a stone cold, crazy look. They're so petrified they can't move. He turns around, pepper sprays their asses. Next thing you know, we cut to them waking up in the basement of his crib, chained up. Who knows what's about to happen? Now, of course, as they're waking up a little bit groggy and hysterical as you can imagine, they're looking at each other like, "Yo, girls, how we gonna get up out of here?" Now, they don't know this yet, but they're soon about to find out that the guy that kidnapped them is not no ordinary kidnapper. This cat's got 23 different personalities living in his head, and they're about to meet every single one of them. Meet Kevin, played by James McAvoy. Now, even though we're meeting Kevin, we're not really meeting Kevin because there's 23 different personalities living in him, and out of those 23, there are a few, other than Kevin, that are pulling rank, and they're the ones that have brought this madness and this crazy mayhem on these chicks. As I said before, this movie primarily focuses on Anya Taylor-Joy's character and James McAvoy's character. This movie is also a slow burn, but it is an interesting and intriguing slow burn. Throughout the movie, we get some great backstory to Anya Taylor-Joy's character, which has some big weight in what happens to her in the end of the movie. And for James McAvoy, we understand throughout the movie why he's actually developed these 23 different personalities, and especially one of them that will cause him to do this crazy shit. Now, while we did get some good backstory to James McAvoy's character and why he's got these 23 personalities, and we got some good backstory to Anya Taylor-Joy's character as to why she is the way she is and how her story concludes the way it does, I don't really feel that the actual overall plot and reasoning for James McAvoy's character kidnapping these chicks was fully realized. That's probably one of my main gripes with the movie, is that that actual reasoning wasn't fully realized. It kind of seemed a little forced or maybe far-fetched, a little far out there in the end, but it wasn't so much so that I didn't enjoy the film. I still enjoyed the film quite a bit. I thought that the acting that M. Night Shyamalan was able to get from his actors in this film was fantastic. Anya Taylor-Joy, she did a really, really great job. James McAvoy, obviously, he is a stellar performer. The acting in this movie is fantastic for a couple of reasons. One, James McAvoy, you believe him and that he has all these different personalities going on through him. You can see the change and the split from personality to personality. It's not just like he leaves the room and then comes back in a different outfit. You're watching his facial expressions, his mannerisms, and his voice change right there on screen. With Anya Taylor-Joy, she's phenomenal in this film. She gives a lot of intensity and she gives a lot of emotion just with facial expressions, and I'm always a great fan of actors that can do that. Most M. Night Shyamalan movies are synonymous with a twist ending, but this movie actually takes a slightly different route, but that actually worked for me. Now, if you're me and a film fan and you know M. Night Shyamalan's body of work, when I saw this different route that it took, I got a little excited. I got a little like, man, I wonder where we could go with this. But if you don't really know M. Night Shyamalan that well and you don't know his earlier films, you're probably going to be like, what was that? I didn't get that ending. But maybe that's more for the fans, and I'm cool with that. Another thing that I'll give M. Night Shyamalan props on is that in most of his movies, he can build tension and he can build suspense quite well. Remember, throughout this movie, you got one cat, James McAvoy, with 23 different personalities in him. He is portraying these characters so well that you feel a different type of way about people that you technically don't see, but characters that you know are there. So, in certain situations, when he's dealing with these girls, or he's dealing with this doctor played by Betty Buckley, you're really worried for them in that place because you know about the history or you know about the tendencies of the character that might all of a sudden come to the light. Now, you know I'm keeping it real when I say that M. Night Shyamalan has had a couple crap films in his past filmography. But if you saw The Visit last year, that movie was actually pretty good. I liked that movie quite a bit. It had a fun twist ending, and it had some parts that made me really squirmish in the theater, and everybody was having a good time when I saw that film. This movie follows suit. People had a pretty good time. The vibe and the atmosphere in the theater was nice, And I did like where it went in the end, and it was also an intriguing story. It was also well directed, and the acting was really, really great. So, with that said, I do think that this movie is worthy of taking a trip to the theater. It's not a slam bang action hit, it is a slow burn. Be ready for that. If that's your thing, it's definitely a slow burn worthy of a trip to the cinema. Other than that, I hope this review gave you a better idea and a better understanding of what this movie is all about and what you're getting yourself into. I do think that M. Night Shyamalan is on an upswing, so that's a good thing too. And if you're a fan, wait till you see that ending. I would love to hear what you think. Like, subscribe, I'm out.